Hey there, this is Chad Garber, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to play Sunshine of Your Love by Jimi Hendrix. Alright, here are some of the parts. And then there's... and then there's... then there's... And that is the song. If you like this video and videos like it, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, let's get into this. It's not an easy song. And there's a lot of Hendrix-isms that are hard to kind of do. Like the bend, like the very beginning, okay? A is a lot faster than the Cream version. It's like... He does a really great bend. Vibrato. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so use your, and he's down tuned, but then you can play this without being down tuned. But that's all I'm going to show you how to play it. You do not have to down tune. But it's not playing exactly like he did because he was down tuned, but we're just going to play the same notes that he's playing, but not being down tuned. Okay, take your ring finger, put it on the 7th fret of the D, and put your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the D and go. So down, down. So it's 7, 7. Picking down all of them. Down, down. So 7, 7, 5, 7 on the D. 7, 7, 5, 7. And then it's. And then take your pink or your ring finger and put it on the 7th fret of the A. And then the 6th fret of the A, and then the 5th fret of the A. So it's 7, 7, 7, 5, 7. And then go to the A, 8, 7, 6. Nope. 8, 7. Oh, sorry. 7, 6, 5. Okay, so it's, sorry, so 7, 7, 5, 7 on the D. And then 7, 6, 5. He does that little ghost note. He's picking all down. What I do is I slide it in. I take my ring finger, I slide it from the 5th fret of the G, the D to the 7th fret of the D. Alright, so then he hits this note. But you can just do it, you don't have to do the perfect vibrato, you can still do the song without doing that perfectly. Because I can't do it perfectly either, he does it in such a brilliant way. Alright, but anyway, so you slide it, then you use your pointer finger to hit the 5th fret of the G string. And then back to the 7th fret of the D string. So it's... Then you're not done yet. Then he pulls off. You have your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the D and your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, and you pull off from the 7th to the 5th. This is the tricky part. Then you hit the 5th part of the low, the 5th fret of the low E, which is a pain in the butt. I wish it was. So it sounds like this. I wish you did this. That would be a lot easier, but he doesn't. He goes. So it's. Alright, then does it again. Once you can get it right, it's such a cool vibrato. really fast. If you want to try it. You know, and I can't get it right every time either, but you know, it's close enough. So anyway, and it's really fast, like I said, at least in the live version. Alright, the next time he does this chord. Alright, take your pointer finger, put it on the first or the 5th fret of the B, your middle finger on the this is a weird chord. So put your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the B, your middle finger on the 6th fret of the G, and your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, and then take your pinky and put it on the 7th fret of the E. Then you're gonna slide that. You're gonna take that whole thing, slide it down a fret, skip a fret, and slide down 2 frets, and then back to the beginning. Alright, so here it is. Then he does the same thing as the rest of the lick. But then I think he hits, rather than going, I think he just goes. So it's the same, you slide it in again from your ring finger, you slide the 5th fret, the 7th fret of the D string, then put your pointer finger over the B, the G and the B on the 5th fret. Hit just those 2 strings, and then you end up back at the 5th, 7th fret of the D string. So it's the beginning is. Then he does a little solo. Then he goes. He's basically singing with the guitar. He's singing what Clapton sings. And all that is, take your probably your ring finger and bend the put it on the 8th fret of the B string and bend it. He's bending it to this note. So he bends it twice, kicks it twice when he's bending, doesn't bend, then bends again. And then he does that same part of the lick. Then he does it again. Or something very similar to that. He seems to be doing different things all the time, but it's like that first part of the same thing. Then he goes just bending it. You know, put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the G, and your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the G, and go. So you're basically going. Pulling off from the 7th fret of the G to the 5th fret of the G. End up with your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, and then back to the 5th fret of the 5th fret of the G. Yeah, but you got to listen to it because he does it. It seems like he does it different times, different ways every time. This is what I've come up with. So it's something very similar to that. And then he does it again. Then he does the same bend. He bends it. Then he takes his ring finger though, or take your ring finger and put it on the 10th fret of the B and bend it. You're actually bending a really long bend. You're getting to that note. And you know, again, he does something a little different every time there, but he does something similar to that. Okay. Then it goes. It changes key, or like it progresses through the chord progression, and he goes take your ring finger, put it on the 13th fret, and do that same kind of bend like you did at the beginning. So you put your pointer finger on the 10th fret of the B, and then your ring finger on the 13th fret of the B. So put your pointer finger on the 10th fret of the B, and your ring finger on the 13th fret of the B. And you bend it just like you did in the beginning part. Then he goes, then you go to the back to the A with your ring finger, the 12th, 11th, and 10th fret. And then you slide with your pinky from the 10th fret of the D to your 12th fret of the D. Put your pointer finger over the B and the E, or the G and the B on the 10th fret. And end up with on the D, 12th fret of the D with your ring finger. Then he does it again. So he bends it, and then he goes to the 15th fret and bends it there again, a really big one. And again, the timing of it is all, he kind of does it fast. It's hard to follow because he kind of goes fast into it sometimes. Alright? So something very similar to that. And then he just goes back to this part. Alright, and then the next part is the first one he does the Jimi Hendrix chord, I believe. Which is maybe you can just start with this one. The one I heard at least, he does the Jimi Hendrix chord at the beginning, very beginning of the next part. What that is put your pointer finger on the 6th fret of the D, your middle finger on the 7th fret of the A, your ring finger on the 7th fret of the G, and then your pinky on the 8th fret of the B. You strum all the strings. Up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Then you go. Just put your pointer finger over the 3rd fret of the B, the G, B, and E. Take your ring finger, or your middle finger, put it on the 4th fret of the G, and then you take your ring finger and put it on the 5th fret of the D. And just strum the last 4 strings. Down, down. Then you just do a bar chord, put your pointer finger over the 5th fret of all the strings except for the low E, and take your ring finger and put it over the 7th fret of the D, G, B, and E strings. Or no. Or you can just actually just do a bar chord, just strum the top 3 or 4 strings. Yeah, you can do that, what I said the first time. You don't have to hit the high E though. High E makes it weird. So just put your pointer finger, your ring finger over the D, G, and B, the 7th fret of that, and don't where you might be over the E, but don't strum the E. Then you end up doing an E power chord, which is your pointer finger over the 7th fret of all the strings except for the low E, and your ring finger over the 9th fret of the G, B, the G, D, G, and B strings. So, and then it goes back to the. You can just do a power chord if you want to, but anyway, or a bar chord. Anyway, so here it is. And that last time he hits that chord, and then he's going to do a chromatic progression. He goes. So and all that is take your pointer finger and go to so you hit the chord first. So you pick down on the chord. Pick up on the first note. Put your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the low E. And you alternate pick. So then you're going to go put your ring finger, your middle finger on the 5th fret of the E, and then your ring finger on the 6th fret of the E, and then your pinky on the 7th fret of the E. So it's pick, down, up, down, up, down, 5, 6, 7. Then do the same thing on the next string. And the next thing on the next string as well. And you end it with your ring finger, or your middle finger, on the 5th fret of the G. only other well, actually, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. One other way I saw that he plays it is sometimes he'll go, and instead of going, sometimes he'll use octaves and go, and all that is some. I like how that sounds a lot better. I think he does that sometimes. But all that is taking your, pointer finger, put it on the 5th fret of the 7th fret of the A, and your ring finger or your pinky on the 9th fret of the G, and then sliding it down 3 frets. So your pointer finger's on the 6th fret of the A, and your ring finger, your pinky's on the 8th fret of the G. Then you slide down one more where your pointer finger's on the 5th fret of the A, and your pinky's on the 7th fret of the G. You do the same. There's different variables you can do. So that sounds like. So that is the lesson. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like it, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And have a great day jamming out with Jimi Hendrix.